Morning students. Now we are going to see the continuation of the previous week portion, nutrition in plants. Let us recap what we have seen in the previous class. First one is nutrient. Nutrient is the useful component in our food such as carbohydrate, protein, fat and vitamins. Then nutrition, the mode in which the animal intake the food and utilize it, that is known as nutrition. And types, there are two types of nutrition. The one is autotrophic, another one is heterotrophic nutrition. Autotrophs are the organism which can produce their own food, that is known as autotrophs. Chlorophyll is the green color pigment in our green plants which helps the plants to absorb the solar energy and convert it into chemical energy, that is food. Then photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process in which the green plant can absorb the solar energy and they can prepare their own food by using carbohydrate, water and minerals to produce glucose and oxygen. Then cell. First we have to see what is a cell. The fundamental and structural unit of all living organism is cell. So each and every organism is made up of cells. Basic cell has three main parts. One is nucleus, that is the controlling center of the cell that controls the function of the cell. Then cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance which holds all the components of the cell together. Then to protect the elements inside the cell, we are having cell membrane around the cell. Then depending upon the cells, the organism is differentiated into unicellular organism and multicellular organism. Unicellular organism is an organism which is made up of a single cell. Example, amoeba and yeast. Multicellular organism is made up of multiple number of cells, whether it may be different for each and every organism. Humans, example is human. Here is the structure of the cell. We are having the outer cell membrane and cytoplasm is this jelly-like substance which holds all the components in the cell in its place. Nucleus, this is the center of the cell which controls all the functions done by that cell. And we are also having other components of the cell. We can see it in the higher grades. Then stomata, let us see stomata and root hairs. These are very important for a plant to get the raw material for photosynthesis. Stomata is mainly for gas exchange. They inhale carbon dioxide and exhale oxygen during the process of photosynthesis through stomata. And we all know that the plant gets the water from its root. Root has helped the plant to get the water from the soil. Let us see here. Stomata will be under the surface of the leaf. Okay, it will be in the under surface of the leaf. It will open and close by the help of minerals. By the help of minerals, they will close and open and they will exchange the gases. The main purpose of the root hairs is to increase the surface area of the root and to absorb maximum amount of water from the soil. So far we have seen autotrophic mode of nutrition. Now we are going to see the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. In heterotrophic mode of nutrition, we are having 4 types. First one is parasitic, second one is saprophytic, third one is symbiotic, fourth one is insectivorous plants. In parasitic plant, we are having 2 types. We all know what is parasites. They will depend upon a host for their food or something else, for shelter or for their food or for water. That is known as parasitic plant. In parasitic, we are having 2 types. Total parasite such as Cuscuta and partial parasite such as Wisdom. In total parasitic plant, they will depend on the host plant for everything, for their food, water, shelter, everything will be taken from the host plant. In partial parasite, they will take water and minerals from the host plant and they can prepare their own food. Saprophytic mode of nutrition. In saprophytic mode of nutrition, they are nothing but mushrooms. We all know what is mushroom is. What they will do means they will digest the dead and decaying matters on the surface of the floor by giving the digestive juices on the dead and decaying matters, and they will take the digestive juice from the dead and decaying matters. What they are doing, they are giving out the digestive juice on the dead and decaying matters, and they will be digested outside their body and they will absorb the nutrients digested by their digestive juices. They are saprophytic. And symbiotic. What do you mean by symbiotic? Symbiotic means they will help one another. They will mutually help one another. Example, lichens and rhizobium bacteria. Lichens, nothing but we will be putting lichens in our biryani and garam masalas. One side will be in grey color, another side will be in black color. One side, that white color is nothing but fungi and black color is nothing but bacteria, algae. What they will do means algae will give the food for the fungi and fungi will give the shelter and water to the algae. So they will mutually help each other for coexisting in this world. Likewise, the rhizobium is a bacteria which is living in the root nodules of the leguminous plants. What they will do means they will fix the atmospheric nitrogen into the soil and they will take the necessary food from the plants. So, plant is giving shelter and food for the bacteria, while the bacteria is helping the plant by fixing the nitrogen in the soil. And insectivorous plants, it is a very interesting category of plants. They will be catching insects and they will be digesting it to enhance the nitrogen supply. In some places, the replenishing of nitrogen in the soil will be so less due to the environment. So the plants have been thought to, what they are doing is they are trapping the insect and they are digesting the insect to overcome their nitrogen needs. Let us see some few plants. First one is picture plant. The leaf is modified into a tub-like structure. In this tub, they will be having digestive juices. Here they will be secreting nectars and colors So the insects are attracted by the nectars and colors of this area, and they will fall into the digestive juices, and the pitcher plant will digest the insect. Here you can see these nectars will be very sticky, so they will be attracted by the colors and shining ends of these tentacles, and the insects will be swallowed whole. Then it is Venus flytrap. They will be having triggers in it. So if the insect is touching the triggers, they will close automatically and they will digest the insects. This is bladder. Here it will have the nectar here. So what the insect will go inside, such it is more likely as a pitcher plant. Thank you students. Do your homework well and upload it as soon as possible.